Afternoon. Got my helper. Hi, what you doing? Hindrance, not helper. Oh, t'other one's under the table here somewhere. Hostas. We have a few on the table here. Predominantly the ones on the top of the table are new stock for this year that came in as either plugs or bare root. Most actually were plugs. So there's a few new ones here to us. I mean, they're probably not new to a lot of people, but they're new to us. So we just thought we'd highlight a few of those. On the front seat, we have a few specimens, if you want to call them that, of plants that we actually brought with us when we moved last year. So we have Patriot and Paul Riviere and an unknown. Now we've got quite a few unknowns.
Why do we have unknowns, Gary? Did you not label them?
No, we were given quite a lot by various people over the years, and they probably told me what they were and I forgot.
And you didn't write a label?
No, I didn't. I was too busy.
Right.
So we will get them labelled up at some point, but at the moment, until we get everything planted up here, we're not going to bother. So there's two here. This one is Queen Tiara.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, I dug this one out from the rocks behind the pond. And again, don't know the name of that. But
it's pretty though.
Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, it is a nice one. So the four that she's looking at now were all divided the middle of last summer. We did a video on this, on dividing hostas in the middle of the summer.
I will do.
It was
put up the episode.
Bone freaking dry, roasting hot. And we just take chunks off the side. But if you watch the episode, you'll see what we did. Put the spade in. And as usual, oh, nice crunching the leaves, the roots. And that one's up already. So the four in front of us now here were all dug middle of last summer. Well, not dug, they were divided off the main plants. Middle of the summer, really hot, really dry, and if you watch the video, you'll see how dry it was. And the purpose of doing it in the summer is to give us much, much better plants, stronger plants to plant out the following spring.
Because most people seem to think that spring is the only time you can divide hostas.
Yeah, but I'll show you one of the reasons why we like doing it. So we have an Oreo marginata, common as poop, really common, but it's to show you one of the reasons why I like dividing these guys or pulling pieces off in the middle of summer. And this is one of our new ones. So this is Fire and Ice, nice plant. So Fire and Ice, nice little plant, same size pot. But this one's only just been potted up probably about 6 weeks ago. So I'm going to show you something. This ripped out of the ground middle of last summer. Look at that for a root system. So that can go out any time now and that will fly away. Although this looks not bad, it's a little small still, I can tell you for a fact this is not ready to go out in the garden and it is 100% not ready to sell.
Where's the roots?
Exactly. It's a plug. It's going to take a while. So that's one of the reasons we like to do it in the summer. So if I want to sell that, I can sell that now, no problem. If I want to plant that out, I can plant it out now. This can't go out yet. We got to hold these until the fall, realistically, until we can sell them. Or I wouldn't plant any of these out. Not until the fall. They don't have a root established enough. We also did some blue mouse ears on that old video. So here's a blue mouse ears we did last summer. Again, really nice root system, ready to go. So I have a Hosta frosted mouse ears, just as a comparison. And again, I'll show you the label. Slightly different in its size, but it's still a mouse ears at the end of the day. And again, this one was potted about 6 weeks ago. I have to be really careful because it still has no root system yet. Got lots of tops on it, but no root system. So we've established that by dividing them in the summer, we have a much stronger plant to plant out. These are ready to go. Plant them out now, they're going to fly away. You've just divided your hostas, I don't know, a month ago, whatever, depending on where you are. You've just divided them. They're going to look just like that frosted mouse is. They're going to have very, very little active root on them. They're going to take the rest of this summer to get established. That's if they do. If it gets so freaking dry like it did last year, you'll be watering them forever. So there's another good reason for doing this summer dividing of hostas in the middle of summer. I just said that twice now, haven't I?
You did.
Yeah. I'll say it again. Summer division is still the best. I personally think it's a really, really good time to do it. Oh, and I forgot this one. Sum and substance. It's a monster when it's happy. We had a couple clumps of these. We had one under the old willow tree, which got big. And,
Really big.
and I mean, it was wet under the willow tree, and they got really big. We had another clump in dry, really dry shade, and that did well. That really did well. So another thing you have to bear in mind, not all hostas are the same. Some will take shade, some will take part shade, some will take sun. And again, some like it wet, some will not tolerate wet conditions. You've got to look at the particular varieties and look at the labels. The label should help you out into where to plant these things. Now, did you press stop? Oh, we're still going? I thought she pressed stop. I saw her finger move. All right, stop. So what we've done is we split them up according to the label. Now, apparently the label, all of these on this side, the label says full shade. No, sorry. I've forgotten what it bloody said now. I just read it just now. Hold on. The label said part shade, full shade. I would probably agree with that on the ones that I know. This definitely 100%. This is a fairly new variety called white feather. Now they do come out really pure white in the spring, but they fade as the season goes on, but it still does need a fair amount of shade. They're all part shade, full shade. When it comes to how much moisture they need, that's the $1 million question. I know from experience that Paul Riviere will tolerate full shade, and it will tolerate it really dry because we had it planted underneath a willow tree and it didn't do bad at all. These other varieties, they're new to me, so I cannot tell you what the water requirements are. But at the end of the day, I would just say most of these want a nice moist soil. So when you plant them, make sure you plant them, give them a good drink, and then mulch the hell out of them. All of them. So these guys, apparently, according to the labels, are full sun, full shade. I know Patriot will take both. We had them planted in the full sun and in the full shade, and they will take both. And it doesn't really seem to affect the color too much. They do get a little greener in the shade.
And if it's really hot and the ground is really dry, they do
brown a little bit on the tips.
Yeah.
Specifically on the tips, but it'll definitely take full sun. There is no doubt about that. Oriole marge, I think you could plant that upside down in the desert and it would grow.
Seriously, try and keep the green up.
I don't think it'd make any difference. You could honestly plant this bloody thing upside down, it would still come up. No doubt about it. Blue mouse ears, one of ours that we divided last year, full sun, no problems. Got a really, the other thing to look at is the leaf. This is really leathery. And compared to the others, yeah, that's another mouse ears variety.
Still quite a stiff leaf.
Yeah, it's got a really leathery, stiff leaf on it.
Could you stop wafting again? I'm trying.
Oh, which one was
frosted
it? Frosted mouse ears.
Frosted mouse ears, yeah.
Leathery leaf. I think if you look at that, if you've got a really leathery leaf on it, it's difficult to tell with some of this stuff because they've been, the same with when you buy them, they'll have been grown in a protected environment. So their leaves will appear a little softer. But even this one now, I can tell. This is quite a leathery texture to it.
Yeah, it's not soft and fuzzy.
No, it's not soft. If you take something like that, for instance, it's a variegated again, but that's very soft. Even though it's got the veining on it, it's very soft. So look at that as well if you've got a really soft leaf. So there's one thing to look for. This little yellow one was in an old alpine trough. Now it was in the part shade, but it used to dry out really badly every summer because I forget to water it. It still came through, no problems at all. And then back to the old Sum and Substance. Leathery leaf, it doesn't seem to care where you put it. But it's a big one. I mean, I think ours were, 3.5 feet tall, probably 4 or 5 feet wide.
Yeah.
So if you want a really big one. Most of the hostas that we're growing, the new varieties, are under 24 inches. So none of this will get any bigger than 24 inches high with about a 20-inch spread. And then obviously we've got a few of the small ones. If you want to plant them in containers, you can. Now that's another option you have, is to put hostas in containers. Some of them do really well, others don't do so well. As for compost, you really want, if you're in containers, you want a good water retentive compost. So you don't want a fine, dusty seed compost. You want a good, structured potting compost. Now I'm going to go into more detail on that in our next video when we're going to be planting up all our alpine troughs, and I'm actually going to plant up a hosta trough as well. So at that point I'll go into more details on what soil or what compost to use for your hostas, as well as all the other stuff. So we have 4 here. So this is Pandora's box. It's a really tiny one.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, it's nice. We've already seen the frosted mouse ears. And then we have mini skirt, which again is another really tiny one. This one looks like it's a tiddler, but it's not actually. I just read the label just now. It gets bigger than you think. So this one apparently gets 16 inches tall. But what you have to bear in mind is if you plant these in
Hold it still. Thank you.
If you plant these in a trough, they're not going to get to their full size just because they dry out. And then we have a bit of sagina in there that you can plant as well. So these are going into one of my super lightweight troughs. Shall I try that again?
Yeah. Super
lightweight troughs that I can pick up and move. This is one I made myself. So this is a hypertufa one. Really, really open mixture. That's why I can pick it up and move it. Because a lot of these miniature, and in fact most hostas, would not survive in an elevated planter over the winter months here in Ontario. And probably many other spots. I would have said zone 6 and below. So 6543, your hostas aren't going to survive in a planter. And especially these minis. These minis seem very, very intolerant of cold conditions. Plant them in the garden. I don't think you'll have a problem. You'll have to give them a bit of extra help for that first winter. So leaf them up, cover them with leaves, straw if you don't have leaves, but give them some extra protection. But if you have them in a trough, you can pick the trough up, put the trough in the garage for the winter and give them just that little bit of an extra helping hand. I do not see this Pandora's box coming back outside unless you baby it. But I'm hoping it's going to be worth it because it is really pretty. I'm not going to say cute because I'm not a cute person.
No.
What is it? I like it. That's the best way. Best term. There we go. It's dinky. So yeah, I'm going to plant up this. I might not plant this one up. I might use one of my bigger troughs. But as an example, any planter that you use, if you're planting the miniatures, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to move them in over the winter.
So make sure the trough is lightweight enough.
Yes,
that you can move it easily.
Exactly. Yes. Or just use some nice pots. Doesn't have to be a square planter like I have here. So just a quick recap. If you're buying them, first thing I do every single time I buy a plant, check the roots. I don't care how big the top is. Nice top, but that's useless if it doesn't have the root system to support it. That's got a fantastic root system, bit on the dry side. These have actually been in a frame outside in the full sun. So check that. First thing you do, top doesn't look bad, knock it out, see what it's looking like. If it's like those others I showed you, there is another one for example. If it's like that, put it back. Do not buy it. Or if you do, you can't plant that out for a while. You've got to sit on that, harden it off and get some root system on it. Yeah, so just check the label, see if it's requiring full sun, part shade, wet, dry. Check the labels. Hopefully most of the time the labels will give you the information.
And also, if you've planted it and it's not doing well, don't be afraid to move it.
Oh God, yeah, no, we proved that last year when we moved properties. Dig them up in the middle of summer. Doesn't matter. In fact, I think personally, when it's that dry, you can almost do, and I know you can because we did it. I dug conifers, I dug maples, I dug perennials, middle of the summer, bone dry, didn't lose a thing. Because it was so dry, they had almost shut down at the root system. So don't be frightened to move it. Try it in a different spot. But you've got to give it a season at least. So I hope that's been of use to everybody. If I've missed anything or if there's any questions, please drop us a line because I'm more than happy to, I'll answer them. Julie will type it in because I don't do that stuff. Take me too long. I can't spell either.
2 fingers.
2 fingers. Yeah, on the keyboard that is 2 fingers.
Yes, 2 fingers. Garry.
Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe and we'll catch up with you on the weekend. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.